Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled VGM Academy listening party. My name is Dan Holzman, the host for the evening, and I'm super excited, as always, to hang out with some folks tonight and hear some music inspired by this month's theme. This month, for Pride Month, I wanted to make Pride our theme for the 7 days of VGM challenge, and I'm really excited by the music and just some of the thoughtfulness and the sharing that came out of people's posts during this past week. So I'm really excited to share some music with you tonight, inspired by the different Pride, the colors of the Pride flag. We went through one color a day through the six primary colors of the flag, and then on the last day we kind of opened it up to Pride as a sort of a meta theme. So hello everyone, hello, how's it going? Catherine from the members community is ready to rock, love it. Sup, Catherine? Fotis is ready to go from Greece, love it. Welcome. And I see Steven from the members community is here as well. I'm ready to hear some tunes too. Super excited. And special thanks to everyone who's been understanding and asked me, wish me well for my little back injury. Really was not looking forward to having to reschedule this, but I really just couldn't see myself sitting upright in a chair 2 nights ago for an hour and a half. So, got to take care of yourself. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Holland. I am feeling better today. I am, I'd say, 80% of the way back to normal. But I definitely could not stand up, sit down, lay down, or really move in any way without assistance on Saturday. So, considering that, I feel very fortunate to have come so far. So let's jump in here, and if everyone wants to drop in the chat where they're from, so we just kind of get a feel for where people are listening from around the world, that'd be awesome. If you're watching the replay, drop it in the comments on the Facebook post or on the YouTube video. I am over here in sort of Boston, and I know that one of our viewers is rocking out Boston style as well. But okay, I'm getting a message that my video is frozen. Okay, we got some California, nice. Austin, another member from the community's here. Hello. Niall's here. Hey, Niall. I see my lovely wife, who helps me prepare for these broadcasts, is in the mix, which is fantastic. Steven says it's. Oh, there you go. Steven says it's time for a lukewarm dinner. It's great. Fantastic. Okay. Cool. All right, let's dig into some music here. I'm pumped. I'm ready to listen. Let's dig into our first track. This first one, I think, was just day one. I think people get really excited about the beginning of the challenge, and day one, people just really bring their A game. There's usually one day where people really just crush the prompt, and I'd say that this time was day 3, but there were some really strong day ones. And this was one of them. So I'm going to play, this is from E2. I don't know if I'm going to say this last name right, but I'm going to try my best. E2 Soikanen. That's probably not correct. But let me know if I can correct that pronunciation, and I'm happy to do so. So let me go ahead and fire up the old screen share. No, Catherine, you can't leave us. East Coast for life. But I understand why you go West Coast. All right, let's listen to some music. Here we go. And as always, give me a good old emoji in the chat to let me know if folks are hearing the audio coming through. Just because the internet hates me sometimes. Here we go. Hey, wait a minute. That wasn't working. 1 second. Let's try it again. Here we go. That ending, the very subtle. So good. Love it. I dropped the link in the chat. So please go over, as always during these broadcasts, we love to encourage each other and help, give each other a little bit of an algorithm boost, if you will, by going over. And if you feel so inclined to like, comment, share, repost, whatever is an appropriate button to push for the platform that the music is on, and support the composers. So the link is in the chat at the beginning of that playthrough. And that was beautiful. That was a beautiful way to start the night. So day one's theme was red, which on the pride flag represents life. And I think that, for me, I don't want to speak for, what the flag means to anyone else, but I can tell you that this piece of music for me, it really represented like a little bit of complexity and a few different, like a range of emotions and subtlety, and I just really enjoyed it. So thanks so much for that. Awesome piece. Awesome way to start the night. All right, so our next post is from Mark Davies over on Instagram. Let me fire it up here. Another red/life piece of music here for you. And let me get this up on the screen. Let me also drop his link. Mark's Day 1. Here it is. All right, let's give it a listen here. Here is Mark's Day 1. And I'm going to actually stretch that a little bit. Okay, here we go. Yes. So fun. Love it. That to me, I'm a big Mega Man fan, and that to me spoke Blue Bomber in volumes. It was just so energized. I really enjoyed it. The syncopation, Mike. Syncopation is like the cheat code for energizing a piece of music, and totally, yes, you saw that in the video as well. The pocket operators, the Mega Man pocket operator. Totally, I caught that as well. Much love for that. Awesome. Yeah, so really fun. Mark had a lot of really good entries. I think he's playing catch up, and he did the first 3 days, and then he caught up with day 4, I think, last night. But really enjoyed his entries. Awesome. Great. So let's just keep it moving along. Like I said, go over to the Instagrams and smash that heart button or double tap the picture, whatever Instagram wants you to do these days. And share it to your stories and all that good stuff. All right. So this next one is by, let me make sure I get the full name because I put it down just by the first name. Yes. Jamesy Downey. This was a really, I'd say, like, this was kind of an unexpected day one. This really reminded me of the type of music I'd listen to driving to school and college. I used to listen to, like, the jazz stations on, like, satellite radio and things like that. And this really reminded me of, like, some of that jazz that would, like, just come up on the way to school in the morning. It's a lot of fun. So this is Jamesy Downey. Let me put the link in the chat. I'm going to try to stay ahead of it today. Jamesy's Day 1. Here is the link. And let's give it a listen. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Such a catchy tune. You got to move to that one. That makes me want to like grab whatever instrument is nearby. I'm talking like anything and just like engage with that groove a little bit. Like even if I just like, you know, have like a child's like elementary level, like little like at a tune piano or, you know, an instrument I don't even play very well, you know, like a recorder or something like that. I would just really want to get in on that fun. It's just a really welcoming, chill groove. I love it. All right, so we're going to move on to our final piece for day one. Hey, Thanos has entered the chat. Hey, Alexa. So we, again, day one's theme was life. And I love that we have kind of like this really awesome spectrum of all these different things. As always, there are a couple of people who are sort of repeat offenders, and they end up getting in here twice in a broadcast. Tonight, our very own Stephen Rader is one of those offenders. How dare you, Stephen? How dare you write enjoyable music? So here is Stephen's day one. Let me drop the link here quick. And he went, like I said, the variety in this day is awesome. Much more of an orchestral direction. Let's give it a listen. Here we go. Refreshing, like an after dinner mint. It's beautiful and exactly what you want at the end of a long day. So love it. And I love whenever you like a piano, like everything kind of cuts out and then the piano just comes in with a really meaty chord like that. Really beautiful. And the tempo change, magnifique. All right, like an after dinner mint. Yes, please. It's all yours, Stephen. And thank you for the refreshment. All right, we're going to move along to day two. And day two's color was orange. And the color represents healing on the pride flag. And I think that this was one that brought out some really, really incredible music. Some of it like a little raw, but not in like a bad way, raw in like an emotional way, and just some really beautiful pieces from this day. We've got two for you this evening. This first one, three for you this evening. I lied. This first one is from, let me just make sure I get the link here queued up. Hey, that looks like it's not going to play if I push it. And I'm right, it's frozen. Let me try again. Uh-oh. Not like the terrible... Uh-oh. Am I frozen? Am I back now? Can you see me moving? Am I back now? Okay. Give you some emojis if I am back and you can hear me. I think I may have frozen there for a moment. Anyone in the chat? I'm going to consider... There we go. There's an emoji. Fantastic. I'll take that as an overarching admission that everything's fine. Cool. Stephen Rader's really loving the after dinner mint analogy. That's good. Terrible breath. Stephen Rader has you covered. It's more of a palate cleansing, and here's a little something sweet to just tie off the whole experience. That's what I was kind of going for, not the, hey, you need this. But I digress. Music's up to interpretation, so take from it what you want. So this is the from Stam Sarah over on Stamatis over on Instagram, a former member, and he wrote a really nice comment, which I'm not going to read aloud. You can go ahead and hop over there if you'd like. Let me just link it up for you. Day 2. Boom, there it is. Great. And it looks like it's loaded now, so I think we're ready to go. Let's give it a listen. This is his Day 2 Orange Healing. Here we go. That is excellent. I loved that. Reminded me of this piece I heard in college. That was the whole melody was written as a single note, and I thought that I was told that before hearing it, and I, in my arrogance in college, thought that would be very limiting in a way that would not be enjoyable, and I was proven wrong then, and I was proven doubly wrong now, because that was a gorgeous piece of music that, like, within seconds I was like, yep, that's going in, but also couldn't turn it off. And I think that was just such a, I don't know, something about it for me was just, it really felt, it felt gut-wrenching. I said in the email for Day 2, I said that, there can't be any healing without, some hurt first. And I think that, there's an opportunity in that prompt to kind of touch on both of those aspects. And I think that this piece just did it beautifully. So really nice job. Please go over and mash all the buttons to support that. And I love the chat going on right now. Beautiful. Yeah. I love this community. You're all great people. We should hang out more. Won't it be nice when we could actually hang out in person again someday at a conference? That'd be nice. Maybe someday soon at a conference. Who knows? All right, so let's move along to the next track. This next track is from Simone Pellegrini, and I believe this is Simone's first. Am I remembering this? This is their first time joining the challenge, because I think I remember them saying that she was really excited to have finished the challenge. So congratulations, if I'm remembering that correctly. If not, congratulations, because you wrote a beautiful piece of music. So let's continue with day 2, Healing. This is by Simone Pellegrini. And let me, before I forget, to drop the link in the chat. Simone's day 2. Oh, I only put it on Twitch. Let me put it on YouTube as well. Whoopsie. Simone's day 2. Here we go. All right, great. We're ready. Let's give it a listen. Yes. The quality of the vocals on that was really enjoyable from a texture standpoint. I think it was perfect. It really locked in the harmonies, and it also reminded me of this piece. What was the name of the piece? By a composer named Disler, I think, from college. It reminds me of this beautiful choral piece I sang in college. I don't remember what the name of the piece is, but I remember what it looks like. I remember the book. I remember everything. Anyways, it was a beautiful moment that I had with my choir in college, and that's what that texture and that vocal really brought me back to. It's really beautiful. Yes, straight tone, feminine vocals can sound incredible. There's just something really unique about the texture, just like there's something really unique about like an all male sounding choir that just is just got a uniqueness to the quality of it. I think that that straight tone, I guess really there's just so many different textures out there, and that's just one of the beautiful ones that I love a lot. All right, so there is Simone's day 2, and we're going to move along to the last one for day 2. This is, yes, another one from Instagram, and let's see. Just checking something quick. All right. Okay, cool. And this one was let's see. This one had another vocal on it, and I think that anytime anyone puts vocals on it, I don't know. That's just sort of like for me, gutsy, but also just always brings a very unmistakable human element to the piece. And I think in gay music, it's something that's, underutilized, in my opinion, with the exception of like the big booming orchestral, full, loud choir texture that is used a lot. There are lots of different ways to do it, and this is one of them. Let's give it a listen. This is Nostalgiac Music, and let me put the link in the comments. Here we go.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Now, if that is not late night driving music, I don't know what is. That's awesome. Um, yeah, I think that like a track like that could work so well in a game, um, especially these days, because there's just so much genre mashing that goes on, and I think that it's kind of a risk, but I rarely hear someone put in a vocal track into a game and have it completely miss. I can't really think of. I can only think of like one off the top of my head that just didn't really like. It wasn't like, wow, they shouldn't have put a vocal track in there, but it was just like, there's only one example I can think of that just didn't really elevate the situation. But every other track I can think of that had vocals in an otherwise non-vocal score, I think usually just ended up being a special moment. So, and that was definitely a special moment. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Nostalgiac. As a reminder, everyone go over to Instagram and mash the buttons. Show the support, all that good stuff. All right, let's move right along here. Let's keep moving it along. We are now transitioning to day 3, which is yellow. The tone changes pretty abruptly here because day 3, yellow represents sunlight, which I thought was really, I didn't know, full honesty, I didn't know until sort of researching, excuse me, researching when considering to do this as a Pride Theme challenge. I didn't know that the different colors represented different things. And there are actually even, more colors that aren't a part of the most prominent flag now, that we weren't able to use for the challenge. But I think having sunlight in there is a really interesting one. I don't know the specifics of why that was included, but I just think it's a really a great one for a lot of reasons. But I'll keep that interpretation, I'll keep that to myself. It's sort of a, my interpretation of it. But I think that it really led to some beautiful and uplifting moments here. So let's share a few of them here. Here is Cody Mitchell's day 3, his yellow sunlight piece. And yes, okay, good. Just want to make sure it's ready to go. Let me put it in the chat. Cody's day 3. There it is. And let's give it a listen. So happy. Yes, and I think this was made with am I remembering that it's made with a Diddy Kong sound font? Diddy Kong Racing sound? Yes. So this is made with a Diddy Kong Racing sound font, which I think is just awesome. I love that game because it's just full of happy, cheesy vibes. But that was a really peppy soundtrack, and also I can hear like I remember that is the banjo sound from Banjo's character select on this, so those are just kind of fun. So yeah, I hear some comments I see some comments in the chat. Yeah, I didn't know. I'm seeing some people saying, yeah, I didn't know either. I didn't know the meaning of the stripes on the flag. Yeah, there are actually other ones. You should check it out. There are actually it's really it's interesting. I think it started with 8, if I'm remembering that right. And one of them was like a hot pink color that represented sex, and then they had to ultimately remove that color because of a shortage of hot pink fabric being available at the time when like the popularity of the flag was really like causing production to go through the roof. Pretty interesting. And then the blues, there used to be two different blue colors. There was like a lighter blue and then like an indigo. And I think it was Magic and Serenity were the two. And then they got sort of combined into just the Serenity color. Very cool. And then there are even more colors now. So it's really cool. Everyone should look it up, and because there's not only just the one pride flag too, there's so many different ones out there. So it's really, I think, interesting, as well as I think a great thing to sort of be aware of, that there are all these different groups and identities and everything, and communities that can be represented in all these different ways with these wonderful flags. So let's keep rolling with the happy vibes here on day 3. Here is Ryan Pust, who wrote a cool day 3 as well. Let me drop it in the chat before I forget, because I always forget. Yes, sound fonts. I've never used sound fonts. I was just starting to look at it today, and I downloaded like 4 of them. Mega Man X2 and Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI. No, I'm probably not going to use that one. And a couple others, I don't remember. Some Super Nintendo ones. But here is Ryan's day 3. Here we go. Yes. That ending, so good. Oh man, yeah, vocals, such a great thing to throw in. I mean, even people who don't consider themselves to be a great vocalist, there's just something so personal about a human voice. I mean, first of all, let me just say that those harmonies were fantastic, and the tone was awesome, and I loved it, Ryan. So great job. For anyone out there who is feeling reserved about putting their vocals in, do it. Because you can't, it's a little jarring for people when they hear their voice recorded and played back to them, because you're normally hearing your own voice through the resonator of your head and your skull and your ears. But when you hear it back from an external source, it can be a little jarring. But everyone else isn't hearing that. They're not having that jarring experience. They're just hearing your voice as they always hear it. Or they're hearing just a voice. And I think that there's like one of my favorite vocal tracks is actually, it's not even like really well in tune. It's really gritty and unpolished. If anyone ever watched the Trigun anime, there's a theme for the character Wolfwood. I think it might be when one of when I think when he dies. And the spoiler alert, it's been out for 20 plus years now. So, but it's just like a guy really low humming along with a guitar, and it's just like, you know, it's just really raw, and it's perfect, and it makes the track. And I think that more people, it's like a cheat code. If you want your stuff to end up in a broadcast like this, I mean, for me, my personal taste, I feel like vocals bring so much. So really nice job, Brian. Love it. Yes. Any Trigon fans in here? Yes, Holland has. I see Holland. Yes, such a good series. All right. Let's move along to, speaking of Alexa Thanos, who's in the chat with us this evening. We are going to hear her day 3, Yellow/Sunlight. So let me fire that up and drop the link real quick. This, let me see. Alexa's day 3. Gotta put those links before I forget. Okay, cool. All right, so let's give it a listen here. Here is Alexa's day 3. That had a really cool, almost like a dual nature to it for me. I think that Holly wife, my lovely wife, kind of put it nicely. Where's her comment? Yes, here it is. This one felt literally like sunlight poking through the clouds. Yeah, it's cool because I feel like texturally kind of did that. Where kind of it painted this not super. No, Siri, I do not want you listening to me. Not like a super happy, peppy, upbeat beginning, and then it infused this much brighter music into it, but the other stuff didn't go away. It just melded, and I thought it was really cool. So beautiful stuff. Thank you, Alexa. Where are you in the chat? Yes.
I don't know that.
I don't know where that came from. Some device somewhere was just listening to me. Probably an Alexa. Oh, that's because like I've got one of those things on my desk. There it is. Anyways, moving along. So we're moving on to another Academy member, Catherine. She not only wrote several great tracks this week, but managed to weasel in a Ren and Stimpy reference that did not go unappreciated by this guy. So here is Catherine's day 3, called Happy Happy Joy Joy. And if you get that reference, I appreciate you. Yes, here we go. Here is Catherine's day 3, Happy Happy Joy Joy. saw someone say a lot of grooves tonight. I don't remember who said it. I just saw that comment whiz by. And yep, more coming. Here's another one ready for you. So funky fresh. Loved it. That was one of those ones that, like, if I was listening to it in the car, I would be dancing, like, to a degree that would definitely be judged by other motorists around me. But it wouldn't stop me, because you can't stop when you've got that much going on. Awesome piece of music. Well done, Catherine. All right, let's move right along. Let me just make sure. Did I drop the link in the chat? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Awesome. Just got to make sure. All right, and back to our... I said someone was a repeat offender. Do we have two? I think we have two repeat offenders this time. I said this person was a repeat offender. I meant it. Mr. Stephen Rader, Captain Sunshine himself. Here is Stephen's day 3. Here we go. Oh, wait. That's not the right one. Here it is. Now to continue with my, dining experience analogy from earlier, I'd say that's more like an amuse-bouche, where it just kind of prepares you for the adventure ahead. Love it. Really exciting. Again, Stephen, your orchestration is top-notch. You're bringing your A game, and I know that people in the community always really appreciate hearing during our roundtables. Love hearing your feedback on orchestration, and I think that this just goes to show that people should listen. So there it is. That was day 3. A wonderful way to end day 3. We're going to move along to day 4 now. Another Academy member, Austin Smith, who I believe is with us in the chat still this evening. Yes, I think I saw him just a few moments ago. Yep, there he is. He's still here. So this is Austin's day 4. Now, day 4 was green, and that represents nature on the pride flag. So let's give a listen to Austin's day 4. There's the link, and away we go. Love it. Beautiful. I love the entire thing was live performance. No samples, no MIDI. It was just even the percussion. It just sounded like tapping on the guitar to me. So really, really enjoyed that piece. And I think that, in a world where people like to quantize everything ever, it's nice. It's nice to have just a more authentic performance that is not so tempo locked. And I love it. I thought it was great. Again, I think that would be considered a risk to put into a game soundtrack, but I think it will be one of those risks that massively pays off. So I really liked it. I would love to hear that piece, more. And, I'd love to hear you develop some of the ideas in there. All right, let's move along to our next day 4. This is Mike Crawford's day 4. Let me just pop it into the chat here before the old brain lets me forget. Mike's day 4. Oh, please. There we go. All right, here we go. Here's Mike's day 4. Again, this is nature. Here we go. All right, we're good. I even think you could have that slowdown at the end in the game and then loop it back to full tempo. And I think it would work beautifully. I saw people saying underwater, force RPG vibes, and I think that it could work for either of those. I could see it working for first top down action RPG, like first exploration kind of vibe, like first foray into the world. I think that there are so many different ways that you could throw that piece in, so many different places, and it would work. Really lovely, really awesome. John Cage, is that you? I used to do John Cage impressions at the music majors parties in college, and long story short, not a huge John Cage fan. But I enjoyed making a mess of whatever inanimate objects were around by just banging them together and making a whole bunch of noise and, running around with a stopwatch. So here we're going to move along. Oh yeah, they were fun. They were good. It was well loved by that very niche group of people, and anyone else who was maybe along for the party that day probably thought I was out of my mind, which I'm fine with. All right, we're moving along to day 5, Serenity. Day 5's color was blue, and Mike B is heading it off with his piece. Let me load it up here. Got your Instagram, Mike, instead of your SoundCloud. Very curious that I saw that first. But anyways, here it is. Here is Mike. Oh, before I forget, Mike B's day 5. Boom. Oh, I only put it on Twitch. I put it on YouTube too. Mike's day 5. There it goes. Didn't see his submissions this week, Steven. Well, you should log into the members network. They're all there. Yes, I love this. I almost missed this comment, Steven. Yeah, nature is such a wide category. I think that when people say nature or think the word nature, they immediately go to like green, forest, nature, grass. But we got a big world, and there are so many different, like, Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, desert, swamp, grassland. Sure, like hang out on there's just so many. For me, I think of like the Northern Lights. That's why I used that in the image. So love to hearing the different representations. But let's go back to Mike's day 5. Here we go. Simple Serenity. And there's the 1 minute cutoff for Instagram. But nice. I love it. I think it's got a great melody. It's got a really nice chord progression. And I could see this staying as a solo piano, or I could see this developed into a lush, orchestral, full-on arrangement. So really cool. Yep. Yes, I did. Well, I not just the melody. I did really like the melody, but I also liked the chord choices. Because even though you didn't go like crazy with like really, out of left field chord choices, you chose really colorful chord choices when you could have chosen more, what's the word? You could have picked easier, like, more. What's the word? People, help me out here. You could have chosen like the more obvious chord choices. That's not the word I'm looking for, but that's what I'm going to use. The more obvious chord choices. But instead, you pushed it a little further and you made it really nice. But you didn't make it so, you had a really nice balance because you didn't make it so harmonically crazy that, it lost or like kind of muddled the texture, because you have the accompaniment just doing like whole notes, right? Boom. And the conventional. That's the one. That's it. Conventional. Thanks, Holland. And that was really going to bother me. A chord track from Q. Oh, you did choose the chords. I won't tell anyone. You know what? You made something great out of whatever you used to make it. I think it's beautiful. And I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I could see that being just a solo piano piece. Or I could see that being a really cool 8-bit track. I could see that being a really cool orchestral track. So I think it's a really versatile piece of music. So love it. All right. Oh, that's all right. We have another repeat offender. Mr. Holland Albright. Speaking of you, here is Holland. Holland has been super busy, absolutely crushing the marketing game out there on the internets, but he popped in for this challenge and matched his shirt to the day of the theme this day. I'm just noticing. So there's that. But he wrote beautiful piano music every day, and we're going to hear his day 5 blue/serenity prompt. So let's give it a listen. And there's the loop. Instagram robs us of the end of a piece of music once again. But go and look, and you will find the rest of the recordings. Because all the Instagram posts, actually, there are several. Some people are posting them to just an Instagram post. Some people are posting them as an Instagram TV post. And while you will need to go search for the Instagram posts full version, and Holland, feel free to drop a link if you'd like to give people the full link. You can upload the full length pieces to Instagram TV, and it's not obvious from when you sit down to do it, but when you do that, it will allow you to choose to post a preview, which will just be the first minute in your post feed, and you can kind of get the best of both worlds there, because it'll show up in your post feed and it'll show up on your TV, IGTV, which Instagram loves right now, and it gives people the option to hear the full thing. So awesome, love it. Yeah. Oh, and I was actually practicing a Holland Albright piece today. I was practicing butterflies. I had a few minutes at lunch today, and I practiced it a bit. I think I'll actually be able to play that one. I'm not very good at the piano, but not terrible either. So here we go. We're moving along to day 6 now. Day 6 was purple, and purple stands for spirit, which is, again, I don't know the specifics about why why spirit was chosen or what the intention behind spirit being chosen was, but I also kind of liked that, and for this context, it left a little bit open to interpretation. So here is Abraham. Abraham's day 6 for spirit. Let me post it in the chat before I forget. Now, this was cool. It was very different. It was unexpected, and I'll talk more about it after we listen. Let's give it a listen. I'll be honest, when I first hit play on that, my first initial first second was huh? And then the more I listened to it, within even the first 10 seconds, the more I was it was just a really cool the comments. It was just a really cool unexpected piece, and I think it just has so much character. It was really quirky. Someone said that Paper Mario vibes. I never played Paper Mario, actually. I feel a little bad about it, but really cool. And I also really loved. Let's see if I can actually play it back for just a second here. I'm pretty sure there's a dog bark sound, and it reminded me of the good old Mario Paint days where they had the dog bark button. Let's see if that's. Pretty sure that's what's in there. It's right. Yes, there it is. That sounded like a little dog bark sound to me. And I remember that was in there. I remember the demo song from Mario Paint having the rough meow, and that was a lot of fun. So Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving right along. So, okay, cool. So I didn't realize this. So Abraham said in the description that it was for the spirit of children. So unexpected, so lovely. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Not loud enough to be our children. You would need to throw in some screaming and the occasional yelling of a Pokemon's name. So that's what our kids sound like. They are sweet kids, but they got some lungs. All right, moving right along. Here is Franco. Let me go ahead and Franco's Day 6 before I forget. Here's the link for that. Here is Franco's Day 6 Spirit track. Yes. All right. This was a cool one. I almost didn't find this one, and I found it by accident, like at the very end as we were finishing the list. And I'm really happy I did. Here we go. That was nice. That reminds me of this piece off of like an album of like music to help you like fall asleep. That's just like a super calming, relaxing piece of music for me. Really nice. Loved it. So, and like I said, I almost didn't see it, but we saw it at the last minute there. Very cool. You could just like kind of like that could have just been like 10 minutes long and just kind of go in the background, and I wouldn't be upset about it at all. All right, moving along to Day 7. Day 7's prompt was Pride, and I left it a little open where people could either revisit a color from earlier in the month, or earlier in the week, excuse me, or they could attack sort of like, Pride as a whole, and, let them sort of interpret it as to, what it meant for them, and heard a lot of great things. So let's listen to Niall. Niall's going to kick us off here for Day 7. Ending credits, yes. Here we go. Let me put it in the... I don't want to forget. Let me put the link in the chat. All right, here we go. Nope. There we go. Yes, and that ending too, they're just like kind of open ending. I imagine like the characters like doing like some pose at the end. That's fun. Really nice piece of music. Super groovy. Yeah, someone said 80s. Yeah, I got that. It had like a few like kind of different flavors for me, like kind of mixed together, but it kind of worked. It was really cool. So awesome job, Niall. And like I said earlier a bajillion times, go over, click the links, and make sure that these people feel loved for their amazing contributions. All right, here is Ada Karen Black. This track is called Make Pride. One second, let me pull it up here. Let me make sure I'm getting the link out. Oh, D7. Boom. All right, let's give it a listen. Here we go. Yeah. I love how it got kind of what's the word I'm thinking of? Not funky. It got kind of like almost like a tinge of like spookiness, but also funkiness kind of mixed together. Swagger, that's a good one. Yeah, it's got this little like kind of swagger that kind of like really pushes out in the middle there. Really nice. Loved it. Very fun. Very cool. Yes, there's not enough swung music. Swanky, that's another good one. Yep, Swanky. Roger Rabbit vibe. Yeah, that's that's totally accurate. And if you don't know who Roger Rabbit is, you missed an amazing animation experience. You should go watch the movie. Alrighty, let's move along. We've got another one from Mr. Holland Albright here for day 7. So let's give his day 7 a listen. Here we go. Nice. Love it. Awesome. I see there's a second page here. All right, cool. Yeah, awesome cover art, by the way. Love the cover art. Awesome. All right, so there is Holland's Day 7 track. Did I post it? I don't think I posted the link. Did I forget to post the link? I didn't post the link. All right, I'm going to do it. All right. Holland's Day 7. There it is. Excellent. Yes, very cool. I feel like you could have thrown that into Final Fantasy X, and it would have fit right in. So yeah, and we are at our last track for the evening. And before I play it, I just want to, as always, say thanks to everyone for hanging out tonight, and again, thank you to my wife for always helping prepare these broadcasts. It's a lot of music to listen to, and really excited for it. It's kind of like a sort of a weird quasi like date night thing we have that goes on each month where we go through all the music together. So it's kind of fun. and your music as a community makes that really enjoyable for us. So we're coming under the hour and a half for the first time. This is Dan is restraining himself a bit because I don't want to have like a back spasm or something. But yeah. So we're coming in at a nice. We want to get photos to bed before 4 a.m. is really what it is here. So here is Austin Smith. He's going to round us out for the evening with another piece. So we had 3 repeat offenders this week. So shame on you 3 for being great. Yeah, so here's how it usually goes. So we end up making a first pass and a second pass, and just trying to cut music out is like incredibly painful, especially when there's like a really good like this time it was day 3, and a lot of times it's day 1. There's usually like one standout day where it's like, our short list is 10 pieces long for this single day. Oh no. And it's just so hard, which is all your fault, community. Stop being so great. Just kidding, never stop. All right, tisk tisk, for shame. Let's go ahead and round it out. And for anyone who has not, thought about it before, we'd love to have you as a member of the community. I'll talk more about that after the piece, but I really I'm getting anxious to push this play button. So let's give Austin's Day 7 piece a listen. Here we go. Love it. Austin's Day 7. Let me post the link. Boom, there it goes. It's down the world. So that's it for today, folks. What a great week. And thanks not only to everyone for joining me tonight, but thanks so much for creating great music this week, for taking part in this, small celebration of Pride. It's it's not a lot, but it's something that I really wanted to try, and I think that the community really seemed to enjoy it, and I really loved I got a few very thoughtful emails, and I really appreciated those. Saw people's comments about the prompts that I thought were really personal shares for them, and I really appreciated those. So thank you for all that. Couple upcoming things. One is that, before I forget, if anyone who's here has not considered joining the Members Network, you should do that because it's pretty great. It's a lot of fun, and we do lots of great things as a community. We not only get to have cool opportunities like last month's David Wise Masterclass, but we also sometimes jump on Zoom Q&As with composers in a small private group setting. We have members only classes. We have a really tight knit community, and we also do member roundtables to listen to each other's music and give feedback. And you not only, if you join, you get access to those things as they happen, but you also get access to the entire past archive of all those recordings. So we encourage you to join. We would love to have you. And I really appreciate the members of the members network who are in the chat with us this evening. So go to the thing and scrolling at the bottom, go to vgmacademy.com/free. You can try it free for a month. And we'd love to have you. Yay! Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Mike is an awesome member of the community. Actually, really everyone who's here tonight is an amazing member of the community. Super active folks. Fotis has been just really bringing the resources lately. Steven's always there trying to help out people and help me out when I mess up the technology. Everyone in here is just crushing it in there. I really appreciate all of you. So please join us. I love that. And next month's 7 Days of VGM is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different. I'll just say for right now that it's likely that there will be a collaboration of sorts between myself and another valued member of the video game music community at large. And I'm really excited for it. So that's all I'm going to say for now. More details coming, but please join us. And if you're watching the replay later, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great night, everyone. Good night. It's 10:29. I'm going to end under that hour and a half just to spite you, Steven. Just kidding. All right, folks. Have a lovely evening and enjoy the rest of your month.